So our first chapter that we are going to start, okay, it is the part of science and technology. Okay, it is a class 9 first chapter called matter in our surrounding. Here we have the chapter name called matter in our surrounding. Okay, so first we have to understand the introduction part, then we will understand each and every point of your notebook. Okay, so the introduction part in part, okay, you know, in our universe only two things are exist. Okay, so in our universe only two things are exist. Number one is called matter, that we are going to discuss. Okay, and another one is called energy. Okay, only two things are exist. One is called matter and another one is called energy. And matter and energy are interconvertible. Okay, and matter and energy are interconvertible. What is the meaning of interconvertible? Any idea? Interconvertible means matter can be converted into energy, and energy can convert into the matter. Okay, that relationship is called as interconvertibility. Okay, or we can say interconvertible. Understood, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all about the two things that we have in our universe called matter and energy. Everything in universe is made up of material. Whatever the object you can see, whether they are celestial objects, like in our space we have solar systems, we have stars, we have planets, we have galaxies. Okay, all these are nothing but they are made up of the material called matter only. Okay, and that material, okay, scientists have name for that, and which is the matter. The matter, which is the name given by the scientist. Okay, otherwise matter is nothing but the material. So the matter is made up of very small and tiny particles, and we called them atom. And we have already understood what is atom in our basic part. Is it? Atom is the smallest particle of universe which cannot be divided further. Is it or not? Is it? Am I audible, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when I am asking the question, you have to reply now. Okay. So all the metals, like all the metals, they are formed by the tiny particles. Tiny or particles are very, very small, which are invisible to our eyes. Okay. That tiny particles are called as atom. That tiny particles are called as atom. Okay. We have already discussed about atom and Parmanu, which is given by the name called Rishi Kanath. We already been discussed that. Okay. So every matter in our surrounding, they are made up of the small tiny particles called atom. Okay, the matter is anything that have space or that occupies the space and have mass, which is nothing but the definition of matter. What is matter? Anything which occupies the space and have mass are called as matter. Particle of matter have the space between them. Okay, see the particle, like if we will discuss about the iron particle. Okay, so in iron particles of Fe, okay, when they arrange in a regular manner, okay, they do have space between them. Okay, so there is a space between every particle. Okay, and continuously moving particles of the matter, and they attract each other. Okay, and these particles, they have space between them, and they keeps in motion randomly in all possible directions. Okay, And particles of matter are attract each other, and these particles, if they have mass, means they have force of attraction between them. That's why one particle holds another particle, then this particle will going to hold another particle like this in all possible directions, and they form solid. Then they form solid, liquid, etc. Okay, so like we'll discuss about the pen that we hold in our hand. It is made up of infinite number of small particles, but they have the very strong force of attraction between them. Okay, that's why they appears in the form of matter. Okay, beta. Now we will discuss about the state of matter. State of matter. So we have now at three state basically, but we will discuss about the five state of matter. Okay, but generally there are three state of matter at a normal temperature and pressure. Okay, generally matter exists in three state at normal temperature and pressure. And which are they? Number one is solid state, number two is liquid state, and number three is gaseous state. So these are the basic state of matter, we can say basic state. What are they? Solid, liquid, and gas. We will discuss solid, liquid, and gas one by one in detail. Okay, and matter can change its state from solid to liquid, from liquid to gas, and vice versa. Means we can convert gas into liquid also, and the liquid into solid also. Okay, so this process is by this process we can say the matter are state of matter are interconvertible. By increasing the temperature, we can convert solid into liquid and liquid into gas. And by decreasing the temperature, we can convert gases into liquid and liquid into solid like this. Okay, beta, understood that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now take a screenshot, then I am scrolling down.
Sir, I have taken.
Okay. Any doubt, beta, here? Any doubt?
No, sir.
I will share that note today, okay, by 12 o'clock, along with your video lecture. Okay, I'm going to share that note also. Okay. Yeah. So matter in our surrounding. So here the definition of matter. What is the definition of matter? Matter is anything that has mass and volume. Volume is nothing but which occupies the space. Which occupies the space is called as matter. Okay. Now we will discuss some properties about the matter. Ultimately, all the ordinary object, whatever we have in our surrounding, these are nothing but the ordinary object. Okay, but like sun, moon, they are not ordinary objects because they are very far from us. Okay, and we can't reach them. Okay, that's why they are not ordinary object. We are discussing about the ordinary object that we have in our surrounding, that we can touch them. Okay, we can compose them. Okay, and all these are the formed by the small atom. Whatever the object we have in our surrounding that we can touch are formed by the small particles called atom. Okay, and that made up by the interacting subatomic particles, and atoms are also formed by subatomic particles. Like we have discussed, atoms are formed by, like I'm writing here, electron plus proton plus neutron. Okay, they combine to form atom. Okay, and many atoms, they are combining to form matter. Okay, they are going to combine to form matter. Understood? So matter are formed by small particles called atom, and atoms are formed by again subatomic particles called electron, proton, and neutron. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The term matter normally involves atom and everything made up of them. Okay, if we will discuss about, if we are saying matter, that means we are discussing about, we are saying about the matter, like atom, and whatever the matter we have in our surrounding, they are found by the atom only. So matter means atom and other object, they are found by atom. Okay, means we can say atom is also a matter. Atom is also matter, but it is very, very tiny particles, so that we can't, sense them and we can't touch them. Okay, but still atom is also a matter. So the term matter, which is normally involved for atom and everything made up of atom. Okay, ordinary as well as the scientific use. Okay, so we are using whatever the matter that we are using, that is nothing but formed by the small particles called atom. Also particles that behaves as though they have both mass and volume. Okay, so whatever the like particle, it is a very tiny, we cannot sense them, we cannot touch them, but still atom also have mass and occupies the space. Okay, like we have discussed atomic mass of sodium. Okay, what is the atomic mass of sodium? It is 23. Okay, sodium has atomic mass 23. Helium have atomic mass, no, hydrogen. We're discussing about hydrogen. Helium has atomic mass 4. Hydrogen has atomic mass 1. Okay, so these are nothing but the small unit of the atom. To measure the atom, like we are using atomic mass unit, AMU. AMU is the smallest, or we can say the small unit of the mass, which is used to measure the mass of atoms. It is called as AMU. It is atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit. Like when we are buying something, like suppose we are going to market, we are in the market and we are going to buy the potato. So we are asking, we are 1 kg potatoes dena. Is it? So that 1 kg potato is nothing but the matter of the potato that we are asking for. Okay, but we cannot measure the atom in that weighing machine, because they are very, very tiny particles. That's why we have the small unit to measure their weight, and which is called as AMU, which is atomic mass unit. Okay, if we will say the mass of hydrogen is 1, that means 1 atomic mass unit. We have discussed about in last lecture about the mass of carbon is 12, means 12 atomic mass unit, like this. Okay, beta. So what is the unit of mass of atoms? AMU. It is atomic mass unit, but now it is changed to unified mass. Unified mass. Okay, and unified mass is represented by U. U is the unified mass. It is the new unit. Instead of atomic mass unit, we are using unified mass. Okay. Are you getting the things?
Yes, sir.
What is the unit to measure the mass of atom?
Atomic mass number.
No, atomic mass unit. AMU. Okay. It is AMU, beta, atomic mass unit. Or you can say also unified mass. Unified mass. Okay. Yeah. What is the, suppose we have a mass of sodium, no, not sodium, nitrogen. Nitrogen have atomic mass 14. So what, how will you say what is the mass of nitrogen? How will you say? How beta? 14 atomic mass unit, 14 AMU, or 14 unified mass. U is unified mass. Okay, like this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just tell me one more. Like suppose we have fluorine atom, which have atomic mass 35.5. So how will you say what is the mass of fluorine atom?
35.5 U.
U means unified mass. Okay. So you have to say 35.5 unified mass, or like U is nothing but a unified mass. You have to represent it by U, but you have to say unified mass. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now one more example. Just we have neon. Neon have atomic mass 20. So how will you say the mass of neon? How beta?
20 unified mass. 20 unified mass.
Yes, 20 unified mass. Good. Okay. Or you can say 20 atomic mass unit. It is on you. Okay. Which is suitable for you, you can use. Out of unified mass, I'm just underlining here. This is the unified atomic mass unit, and this is unified mass. Okay. So for representation, unified mass is represented by U, unified mass, and atomic mass unit is represented by AMU, atomic mass unit. Okay, both are the same. Before we were used to say atomic mass unit, but now it is modified to unified mass. That's all. Okay, now last we have mass, massless particle. Okay, we have massless particles also. Okay, massless particles such as photons. You know, the photons are also the particles but which do not have mass. Okay, the sunlight which is coming from the sun to our earth, okay, in the form of photon only. Okay, it is the other energy form, okay, or wave form such as light and sound. Okay, we cannot say these photons are the matter because they do not have mass. Okay, so cannot be referred to the matter. Okay, we can't say the photons are the matter. Okay, because we have in definition anything which have mass and occupy space. Okay, means if we do not have mass, then we will not going to have the matter. Okay, so the massless particle like photon and other form of energy, okay, like waves we have, okay, they are not the matter because they do not have mass. Okay, beta.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Again, take a screenshot, then I'm going to scroll it down. Done?
Sir, I have to.
Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the characteristic features of matter. Okay. So first characteristic feature we have all matter composed of the very small and tiny particles. Okay, which exist independently. Okay, we are discussing about the matter. So matter are formed by the small particles, and these particles are called as atoms. And these atoms have independently existence in our matter. Okay, and particles of matter have the space between them. This is the second property. Like in matter, particles like atom, they are arranged in such a way that they have space between them. They have space between them, and they are independently traveling. Okay, they're moving or keeps in motion in all the possible directions. In this particular space, they can move in all possible directions. Every matter like atom at their surrounding have the space. That's why it is written here, particles of matter have space between them. Okay, and in this space, particles of matter are continuously moving. Okay, due to presence of this space, particles, they continuously moving in the matter only. Okay, like suppose if we are holding our pen, we are holding the pen in our hand, the particles of that pen also in motion, but their motion is very negligible, because and they also contain the space between them, but they are strongly bonded with each other due to the strong force of attraction. Okay, that's why they appear in a solid, liquid and gaseous form. Okay, otherwise particles of the matter, they are in motion. Whatever the object we have now surrounding, they are formed by the small particles called atom, and the atoms keeps continuously moving at their free space part. Okay, then we have particles of the matter, they attract each other. Due to the force of attraction, these particles are bonded with each other like this. These are the particles, they have space between them, but these particles are bonded with each other like this. Okay, they are bonded with each other. Okay, yeah. Even they have
Yes, sir.
particle in front, in back also. Yeah. So this is all about the characteristic features of matter. Now we are going to understand about the classification of matter, very important. Okay, so we have classified matter on the basis of the type of force of attraction they have in them. Okay, so matter can be categorized into different classes based on the physical properties shown by them. Okay, in their state, their state where they exist in our nature. And this state of matter, like we have first solid state, second we have liquid state, and third we have gaseous state. Okay, apart from the above mentioned three states, see we have two more state of matter. What are they? They are plasma, it is the fourth state of matter, and we have Bose-Einstein, which is the fifth state of matter. Okay, so generally matter have five states: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, and Bose-Einstein. But at normal temperature and condition, we have only three states: solid, liquid, and gas only. It is the normal temperature and pressure. But the plasma state, we will discuss all the state one by one. Okay. Better now take a screenshot. Then again, I am going to scroll it down. Done.
Yes, sir.
Now just revise one time so that you can go through that. Any question, beta, till here? Any doubt?
No,
Whatever you have written from here, you have any doubt?
no, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the three state of matter. Okay, in detail. Matter can classified, okay, into different state, okay, such as solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state, which is on the basis of, see, it is very important, which is on the basis of intermolecular force of attraction and arrangement of particles. Okay, that three state of matter, which is due to the force of attraction between particles, force of attraction between particles, and force of attraction between particles and arrangement of particles. and arrangement of particles. Okay, on that basis we have three state of matter. Okay, these three forms of matter can be converted from one form to another form. Okay, like here we have solid. Solid can convert into liquid. This process is called as melting. This process is called as melting. And liquid can convert into the gaseous form, and this process is called as boiling. Okay, if sometime what happens, generally solid directly convert into gaseous form, without going to liquid state. That process is called as sublimation. We will discuss one by one everything, don't worry. Okay, and the reverse process, like if gas will convert into liquid form, this process is called as condensation. And when liquid going to convert into solid form, okay, that process is called as freezing. Okay, so we have melting, we have boiling, we have condensation, we have freezing, we have sublimation. And very important process, when gases directly convert into solid form without going to liquid state, is called as deposition. It's called as deposition. Understood, beta?
Yes.
See, like deposition, generally what happens, that water vapors, they present in our nature in the form of gas. But and these gases, water molecule, or we can say gases, or we can say gas or vapors. Vapors are present in gaseous form, water vapors. Is it? In cold countries like we have US, okay, so where what happens, generally in India also, generally in Kashmir area, okay, the snowfall takes place. That though in the snowfall, there's gases or vapors that directly convert into ice. Okay, that means from gases to solid state directly without going to liquid state. That process is called as deposition. That process is called as deposition. And you know naphthalene ball? You know naphthalene ball? Or a naphthalene ball? You have any idea about naphthalene ball? Huh, beta? No? Naphthalene ball, like we used to say dambar guli. You know that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the naphthalene ball. Okay. So what happens when you will expose that naphthalene ball in air? Okay, after 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, it reduces its size. Okay, because the solid naphthalene get converted into the gaseous form. Okay, without going to liquid state. Okay, that's why the size of the naphthalene ball become reduces every day, and within a month it's going to disappear. Where you are going to expose in air, within a month it is going to disappear from that. That means all the matters of the naphthalene ball which has converted into the gaseous form. Okay, so again here from solid to gaseous conversion takes place. Okay, and this process is called as sublimation. This process is called as sublimation. Okay, so melting is the process in which solid get converted into the liquid form. This process is called as melting. When liquid convert into gaseous form, this process is at a particular temperature, that is called as boiling. When gases convert into liquid form, is called as condensation. And when liquid convert into solid, is called as freezing. Okay, like you are like putting water in a ice tray, and then you are putting it inside the freezer. Okay, due to the less temperature, reduction in temperature, that liquid water get converted into the ice cubes. Okay, so from by this experiment we can understand that liquid convert into solid form. Okay, this process is called as freezing. This process is called as freezing. Now, next point we are going to discuss. Three forms of state are converted from one form to another form, one state to another state. Okay. by changing the certain environmental factor like increasing or decreasing the pressure and temperature. Okay, if we will change the pressure or temperature, okay, the state of metal will get convert from one state to another state. Okay, for instance, understood, beta? For example, we are taking example. For example, ice can be converted into, see here we have ice can be converted from solid to liquid state. Means liquid state is called as water. Liquid state is called as water. So we can convert ice into water. How? By increasing the temperature. Okay, and by increasing the temperature here we have written out. Okay, so this is the process by which we, this is, I'm going to erase it now so that you can understand clearly. So have you understand all the processes about sublimation, melting, boiling, condensation, freezing, and deposition? Have you understood, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now take a screenshot for that also.
Sir, I have
Okay, taken the screenshot. Now the picture is is clear. That's why I'm telling you. You can take screenshot one more time because I have written many things there, so it was not clear, but now it is clear. This diagram.
yes, sir, taken.
So any doubt till here, beta? Any doubt? And from above section.
No, sir.
Whatever we are studying, which is in your book, now, or it is more than that.